Hey guys, how's it going? Josue back again with another video on HearmeRaw. And today I want to talk about defending yourself in this life, in this on the physical plane. Now, if you're on this channel, there's a good chance that you're an empath. There's a good chance that you're an empath, a light worker. There are many different names going around, many different labels, and we might fall in some, we might fall in others, we might fall in all of them, depending on what stage we are in our lives. But an empath is somebody that's like very sensitive to their environment. Sometimes psychic, clairvoyant. You're hearing things, you're seeing things, or you're feeling things, and not everybody is attuned to these powers. I was focusing on chakras earlier this morning on my Instagram. So check out my Instagram. I post a lot of videos on it. I'm most active on Instagram as well as Facebook a little bit, but both are really good places in order to really keep up with me. But like, I know for the majority, a lot of us are stuck in the lower chakras. So it's like the red, orange, and yellow. It's like the survival, it's the identity, it's the sexuality. We're focused more so on that. Many of us haven't connected to our heart chakra yet. Many of us haven't connected to our throat chakra. We're not really expressing how we feel. A lot of us aren't really being open to love. We're afraid to love. We're afraid to love, we're afraid to receive love, and we're afraid to love like unconditionally, The third eye, many of us are closed off to the spiritual world. We're not paying attention to the forces, the invisible forces, the fairies, the angels, angel numbers, numerology, astrology. Many of us, like, we might know of these things, but we might not actually, really dive deep into them. So it's kind of like you're living a whole aspect of your life, outside. Like you're not really taking it all in. You're not playing this game of life with a full stack. We think of it as like you have a deck, right? A deck of cards, right? You're only playing with like only a couple of them. And that's why you might feel as if life is against you. That's why you might feel like life is suffering and things like that. And yes, life is not going to be perfect, but it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be perfect. We are supposed to have challenges that, that allow us to grow, that give us the opportunity to grow. And these challenges will come over and over and over again until we overcome them, and then we go on to the next challenge. And it's fun. And it's not so much about the destination, it's about really enjoying the present moment. It's about enjoying the journey, it's about enjoying the ride. It's not about pursuing happiness, because I saw this quote recently saying the pursuit of happiness is what leads to the dissatisfaction. Because if you're trying to be happy all the time, it's not gonna work. There are gonna be some downtimes, and that's fine. Everything that happens is necessary. The system is really beautiful. So I'm also talking about like defending yourself. It's very important to get in tune with your chakras. Definitely get your chakras, start opening up your chakras. I'll be doing more videos on chakras in the future, but I'll just talk about some practical things. So as an empath, if you're very sensitive, if you love to take care of people, if you feel like it's your job to heal people, if you feel like it's your job to heal your whole entire family, like it's been on your back, like you want to help them, you see what's going on and you want to help them, you're wondering why aren't they changing, why don't they see the world the way that you see it, and things like that, and you're really trying to help them. And one thing you got to remember, that it's not really your job to help people. And the best way to help people, honestly, is to really help yourself. Is to really focus on yourself and focus on your growth, and allow them to see what you're doing. Allow them to get interested, because once they're interested of their own free will, because you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make them drink, right? So once they see what you're doing, you're like, oh my goodness, like, okay, you're talking some truth. I see you. Actions speak louder than words. You could talk at them all you want, but especially if it's family, like they've known you since you were a kid or whatever. And also, family is the toughest. Like Jesus had to get away from his hometown, learn, and then come back. This is, a prophet is never honored in his homeland. So if your family is not really, supporting you, if your family doesn't understand you, if your family is not taking your advice, just slow down a little bit and allow them to be them. Give them the opportunity to heal themselves. Have faith in them. That's one thing too. If you try to help somebody too much and they're not ready, that's your responsibility. I learned that very early on in my journey as I was trying to help people. But these people were not ready for the things that I was giving to them. And if I gave it to them and they did apply it and they weren't ready, now that person's life is kind of like messed up. They're struggling, and now I brought them there. I brought them to a place that they weren't ready to go to. So that's why it's better just like stay in your own lane, do your own thing, and let people be curious, and they will come to you at their own pace. But yeah, trying to help everyone it can be a detriment, because then you might not have enough energy to protect yourself. You might not have enough energy to put up towards your own passions and your own projects, and you will end up feeling drained, which can lead to resentment. As a Pisces, I tend to do this. I tend to try to help so many people and do so many things. I tend to have a hard time saying no. And if it's a no to yourself, let it be a no. If don't say yes. If it's a no to yourself, make sure that you say no. Be impeccable with your word. Be honest. Don't be nice. Be honest. Really, this is really important. This is really, really important. And a lot of these things, a lot of these tendencies that we have to not listen to ourselves and to try to please people and try to be accepted by people, to change ourselves in order to fit in, it's something that most of us did as kids, and we've been kind of replaying that pattern. Most of the actions that we take in our lives now, they were formed and within the first 7 years of our life. The first 7 years of our life, we're literally just absorbing, and we didn't really have so much discernment. We didn't have our own choice of like what books to read, what schools we want to go to, or what teachers we want, how we want to learn, and things like that. We didn't have the option to kind of pick for ourselves. Our parents and our teachers and things like that, they had more control over our lives than we do. So we kind of listen to them. So if we never get out of that pattern of asking someone or asking someone to tell us what to do, or waiting for someone to tell us what to do, then we kind of get stuck. I remember when I left high school, I didn't really want to go to college because I didn't really want to go to school anymore. I wasn't really interested in it because for the most part, my decisions, my whole life were not my own. And now I have a decision. I get to choose if I want to go to school or not. I didn't want to go. I went to college and I dropped out. I did go back again, and I got my bachelor's in arts or whatever. So I got my associate's degree, not bachelor's. I got my associate's degree. But still, like, I was kind of forced into that. I was still forced into it because I still did not know what I wanted to do. School didn't really help me to develop my spiritual gifts, my spiritual and my creative gifts and my talents. I'm figuring out my talents now as I'm exploring the world, as I've gone away from the homeland. I've gone away from my family and started to live life on my own, started making my own decisions, even though like they don't approve of my decisions. But you have to realize you are your own person. You cannot be waiting for somebody's validation to do something. And also too, many times people that are trying to push their opinions on you and trying to tell you what to do, they probably are not in a place that you want to be in anyway. So you want to be somewhere else. You want to do something with someone else, and where they're at is not where you want to be. So many people that have kind of like, maybe their life has become stagnant, or maybe they didn't follow their dreams. Now they're trying to live their dreams through you, or the other thing that might happen is that if they see you going somewhere, if they see you doing something that they cannot do, they might not know it, but subconsciously they might be like, okay, like this person, I wish I could do that, and this person do it. Instead of like being happy for you, and this could also be part of like the throat chakra being blocked as well as the heart chakra being blocked. Instead of being happy for you, and seeing your victory, and also this is a lack of knowledge, because they have not experienced the oneness. Once you experience the oneness, you can see someone else's victory is your victory, someone else's defeat is your defeat. We are all one. So especially the people around you, if they're winning, win with them, support them. This is important. I had to deal with this too. There were some friends that I had, like, they were doing things and I would feel bad. I'd feel like, I'd feel ashamed, and I have a hard time saying, I think, congratulations, and like things like that. And I would kind of feel bad, and I would feel envious. This is something that we have to overcome. We have to listen to our emotions, not to numb them. We have to be aware, we have to be conscious. It's very important that we listen to the body, the emotional body, listen to our intuition, listen to our gut, and yeah, so we have all the information that we need. Like, we have everything within us. That's the thing too. Because we spent the first years of our lives waiting for people to tell us what to do, we did not really train our intuition. Like, my intuition was great as a child, but because the world didn't make sense to me, because I was so afraid and I saw some terrible things, I changed myself, and I also shut off my emotions. And you need your emotions. The emotional body is so important. Like, the physical body here is it's a subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is reflected in your physical body. It's also reflected in your outer world as well. So you're getting clues from everywhere. So you just really do have to be present. But if you're filled with fear, if you're filled with regret, with shame, with guilt, and things like that, a lack of self-worth, all this stuff will lead to like depression. It will lead to anxiety. It will lead to you not really fully owning your power. So that's when you have to really, it's so important, it's so crucial to start doing the inner work and start to empower yourself. So the way to protect yourself in this world, because there will be so many things going on, is to focus less on the outside world, focus more on this. This is not, you're not your body, but this is your vessel. This is the machine that you're using. This is the machine that you have alone. You're leasing this body of yours, and you need to like get acquainted with it. You need to start talking to it. Many of us shame our own bodies. That's why I have a page on Instagram where it's all about body positivity. But it's about enjoying your body. It's about connecting with your body. It's also about saying that, it's not about, there's no ideal body. All bodies are beautiful. All bodies are beach bodies. The sooner that we start to enjoy our bodies and love our bodies, the sooner we can get to where we want to get to. Because every time you guilt shame your body, it's as if you're literally taking the oxygen out of your cells. You're taking energy away from yourself. You're putting yourself down. You're working against yourself. If there's no enemy within, there can be no enemy without. So you have to befriend yourself. You have to befriend your body. You have to befriend your faculties. You have to befriend your emotions, the good ones and the bad ones. There really are no good or bad ones, and there just is. There's a time to be angry. There's a time to be sad. And there's a reason for everything. There's a time to be happy. You cannot be happy all the time. Try to be happy all the time. I guarantee you, you're not going to have fun. It's delusional. So, and gratitude is important. It's more important to be in a state of gratitude than to be like chasing happiness all the time. It's important to be grateful for the things that you do have. It's to be grateful for your body, to be grateful for your skin, your cells, your organs, your bones. There's so much to be grateful for just when you start with yourself. And then you can start passing that gratitude on outwards. And you start being grateful for the house that you're in. You start being grateful for your phone, your technology. Like, we get to a place where we just complain and complain and complain and complain. And that's not going to get us anywhere. So, yeah. Best way to protect yourself is really to get to know yourself. I recommend everyone to get to know their astrology, get to know your natal chart. I'm a Pisces sun, but there are more than that. There you have a moon, you have a rising or ascendant sign. You have a Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, Lilith. And then you have a one for all the houses. And in numerology, you have your life path number, your expression number, and all of these things combine and work together. And the more you start studying this, the more you get to know your tendencies, and the more you're able to travel through this world, because this is your spaceship. Your body right now is your spaceship, and you're flowing through space, because all of this is an illusion. You're literally flowing through space. You're literally flying. This is your spaceship. Get to know your spaceship. How are you going to navigate through life if you don't know how to work your spaceship? How are you going to navigate through life if you've never looked at your owner's manual? The stars are reflecting us. The numbers are reflecting us. The angels use the numbers to communicate with us. Feathers, coins. There's so many things. There's so many tools at our disposal. So many tools. But schools don't often teach these. I'm pretty sure in the future that they will. Schools that started doing meditation. Schools that started doing yoga. Businesses that started doing yoga. So change is here, and change starts with us. So yeah, I'm very excited, guys. I'm very excited about where we are headed as a race. Honestly, Trump is bringing out a lot of negativity, racism. A lot of these things are coming to the surface, but it's okay. Now we can work on them. Now we can use all the tools at our disposal in order to raise awareness, in order to spread knowledge, and let's do our best not to spread fear. But love is the answer, guys. Love is the answer. That's what I've seen. Love is what got me to where I am today. And I want to just love myself more and more each day, and I want to be able to love other people more and more each day. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And all my social media links will be in the description below. Peace.